I'm here in Stuart's Music Shop in Dungannon for the latest release on Sharp Music, the latest CD by Lisa McHugh. Lisa, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too, Lawrence.
Before we go any further, I have to congratulate you on an extremely well done job co-hosting the recent Irish Country Music Awards.
Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure, and it was a lot of pressure, but it was great fun, and hopefully we'll get the chance to do it again soon.
Well, you did a great job and it was a great show. Congrats to everybody involved.
Thank you.
Now, you have a new CD. Is this your fourth one? Is that right?
It is indeed, yeah. Wildfire is the fourth release, and delighted to say it's going extremely well. And we launched it here in the shop, and there was a fantastic crowd.
Obviously, some of them are getting a chance to see you perform that might not get along to the dances.
That's it. We always try and get our music out to as many people as we possibly can, and especially for the younger generation that wouldn't necessarily get the chance to come along to see us at our dances because obviously they're over 18. So I try and get to see them as often as I possibly can. So by doing the signings in the afternoon and singing a few songs for them is like a mini show for them. And you know, I just like to give back and see all their little faces smiling and having a good time.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not a waste of time. You maybe want a minute, but you've never been the last in line. Hey, I'm really glad you're here, 'cause you're one of my favorite boyfriends of the year.
You're from Glasgow originally. What was the reason for you moving over here? Was it the Irish country music scene that attracted you?
It was indeed, yes. I've grown up listening to country music, Irish and American, and when I began singing, I started singing country music, and I found it became very comfortable for me, and it was like a second nature. And I decided then I would come over and start trying to put some music out there and get my name out there and try and build things. And I got the chance to be on a television show called Glortira, and I was delighted that I got to the final of the competition, and that was a huge platform for me starting off. And you know, the publicity we got from the show and the experience was, you know, it's really done me all the world of good right up to this day. And thankfully it gave me the bug to go on the road and try and conquer my dreams, and thankfully it's a decision that I'll never regret because it's just been fantastic.
You've had 3 albums out before. Is there anything different on this current release? Have you moved in any different directions or explored something new perhaps?
Well, for this album in particular, I wanted to become a lot more involved in the production side of things, as well as obviously the singing and arrangements. And I think for every artist it's important to try and get your personality across in your music, and I tried to get a small taste of every side of my personality in there. There's some new country songs, there's some old classics, you know, the likes of The Banks of the Ohio and Dolly Parton as well.
I noticed a few familiar titles. There's a Carleen Carter song on there, isn't there?
There is.
Crystal Gale.
Yeah.
And the Billy Joe Spears one, 57 Chevrolet,
Yes,
isn't that
yes.
right?
I mean, there's a few old classics in there that I've always loved singing growing up, and albeit some of them may have been covered before, but we try to put our own stamp on it, and thankfully it's been received very well, and hopefully it will continue to be as well.
And some new songs as well.
Yes.
Yes. Have you started writing as well? Did somebody mention to me?
Yeah, well, I've been writing for a few years now, and I have a kind of catalogue of songs at home, and I'm working on it. It's something that you're never done learning about and trying to improve on, and it's something that I'll always be working on. And we released a song on this album. It's called Bring On the Good Times. It's an original song by Mickey Joe Hart. He wrote that one, and my good friend Jodie Gallagher. And yeah, it's a real feel-good song, and hopefully people like it as much as I do.
Were all the songs recorded in the same studio?
Most of them were recorded in the one studio in Spout Studios, but for this one we done a bonus track on the album that's not actually listed on the track listing. So
Is it a hidden track then?
It's a hidden track.
All right, what's it called?
It's called Thinking Out Loud.
Thinking Out Loud, okay.
And I wanted to record something and give something back to everyone buying it, and give them a bit more than they think that they're getting. And I asked my boys in the band to come in, and we performed that track live. We recorded it live down in Windmill Lane Studios in Dublin. And as well as that, there's also a video on the CD that goes along with it. So if anyone plays it on a smart TV or a laptop, the video will come on as well.
Someday I'll be living in a big old city, and all you're ever gonna be is me. Someday I'll be big enough so you can hear me, and all you're ever gonna be is me. Why you gotta be so mean?
I also have to mention you present your own television show.
I do, yes.
I hate it. every week. I hate it. No,
I'm sorry about that.
You do a great job on that as well. You're kind of getting to be a real all-rounder, aren't you?
Well, I'm trying. I've been very lucky over the last, year and a half to 2 years to get the chance to obviously do my music every day and get the chance to record music, and then being on radio. I've presented some shows as well, and the TV show as well. It's just all these things collectively are kind of snowballing and doing me the world of good.
And you're a bit of a girl after my own heart, because you like to get in there and do something that's different rather than just sit and talk to someone.
I do.
I've
I always
noticed that,
try.
you
I
know.
always try and do something slightly different that's not been done before, and I think that's one way of trying to keep yourself unique and different from the rest, and I'll always try and do that as best I can.
Well, what's the plans for the near future?
For the near future, we're just going to be continuing to tour up and down the country and tour our new Wildfire album, and we also have the second series of On the Road with Lisa starting towards the end of October, beginning of November. We've got a tour coming up now next week to Scotland and North East England, and we have some Christmas shows coming up towards the end of the year, and next year we've got a diary that's busier than ever, so it's a very exciting few months and years ahead.
You mentioned the title of the album there, which is Wildfire, a feisty title that kind of suits you, doesn't it? Well, listen, the best of luck in the future, and look forward to seeing you in concert pretty soon, okay?
Thank you so much
Thanks,
for having
Lisa.
me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.